Hello everyone, I'm Elvis Chand. Welcome to another reflection. Today I'm going to be talking about contentment, how to be content. The dictionary describes contentment as a state of happiness and satisfaction. The world today is living in a state of discontent. We are not happy with our leaders, we are not happy with our spouse, our children, we are not happy with our job, our boss, our house is too small, the neighbor's got a new car and we're still driving a 15-year-old model. It goes on and on. This world is restless, discontent, and full of anxiety. We all seem to be looking for something which is missing. We try to fill this void with money, alcohol, drugs, and end up in a more desperate situation. All these things get you short-term pleasures, but happiness and contentment come from within, from your soul, and last forever. It's a choice you can make. Happiness is to be content where you are with what you have. If you're not content with what you have, what makes you think you'll be satisfied with more? I remember a survey done by Reader's Digest magazine once. They surveyed a couple of families with different income levels and they asked them some questions. The first family they went to, they had an income about $100,000 a year, and they asked them how much would you take for them to be content and happy. They said around $150,000 should be okay for them. Then they went to another family who was earning about $150,000 a year, and they asked them how much would it take for them to be content and happy. They said about $200,000. Then they went to another family who had an income of about $250,000 a year, and they asked them how much would it take for them to be happy and satisfied. They said about $300,000. So you see, it went on, and they could never find anyone who said, yes, we are happy and content with what we have. You see, money is numbers, and numbers never end. If you think money will make you happy, your chase for happiness will never end. If money was the secret to happiness, the rich would be dancing in the streets, but it's the poor kids who do that. You see, money is not evil. It's the love of money which is evil. No matter how big a car you drive or how big a house you live in, the size of your grave will be the same. It doesn't matter if you're wearing a Rolex or a $40 watch, it will show the same time. People forget they come into this world with nothing and they leave with nothing. So why stress so much about how much you have, what you have? You can't even take 50 cents to your grave. Once there was this rich man and he was a miser. He loved his money. While he was sleeping, his wife told him to roll over. He at once said 70 million. He told his wife when he dies, she should put $1 million along with him in his coffin. He wasn't sure where he would end up, and it would be handy to carry some money instead. So when he died, his wife wrote out a check of $1 million and put it in his coffin. She kept his word. You see, if you earn less, you earn for yourself. If you earn more, you earn for others. Even a man like Bill Gates can only wear one suit at a time. He can eat only one dinner in a day. He needs one bed to sleep in. If you have a roof over your head, a bed to sleep in, a closet to keep your clothes, a fridge to keep your food, you're richer than 75% of this world's population. You see, when you want more, it will bring more responsibility with it. More headaches, more expenses, more long hours of work, more fatigue, less sleep, more people to deal with, more loans, more insurances, more worry. All this leads to frustration and anxiety. The problem is we want too much. It's not greed. It's not need, but greed that we are after. Study has shown that insomnia is more prevalent with the rich. The more you have, the less you sleep. It's the poor man who sleeps better than the rich. You see, more money brings conflict because you're always tired, suffer from anxiety, worry more, are dissatisfied, which is a cocktail for destruction. The number one cause of divorce today is money. Either you have too little or you have too much. I'll tell you a few things which money can't buy. It can buy you a nice big house, but not a home. It can buy you a nice, comfortable bed, but not sleep. It can buy you companions, but not a friend. It can buy you a luxurious lifestyle, but not peace of mind. You see, name, fame, and riches are fruits of life, but family and friends are roots of life. A tree can survive without fruit, but it cannot survive without roots. I'll tell you two laws of contentment. Number one, stop comparing yourself to others. Learn to admire what others have rather than envy them. Learn to praise what others have, not be jealous of them. You see, the grass is always greener on the other side. Why? Because they have to water it more. If you need to compare yourself, do it with someone who has less than you, and you'll be content and happy. Like if you visit someone who has a bigger and a better house than yours, think how much more mortgage they'll have to be paying for it, how much more time and money they spend to clean it, to maintain it. I've come across people who have $1 million mortgages. They're doing two jobs to make ends meet. They leave early in the morning while their children are asleep. They come late, the children are again asleep. One fine day they realize the children have grown up and left to pursue their own dreams. Number two, have a humble attitude. A humble person is always content with what he has. A proud person is never content. Humility is the doorway to success. Only a humble person can live in peace and be content. Only a humble person can live in harmony with the universe and with other people. Humility leads you to happiness and satisfaction. You see, happiness never comes to those who are not content with what they have. In the end, I would like to say, happiness, contentment, and inner peace are the greatest treasures you can ever have. Thank you very much for listening. God bless you all and keep you safe.